Hey there, you're watching Wildflower Video Tips. I'm Lindsay Moe. Today I'm going to show you how to color correct your video footage in Adobe Premiere Pro. Getting your white balance just right can be super tricky, and it's so important when you're working with food because you want it to look delicious and not a strange color. I'm going to share my favorite tips for getting this done in Adobe Premiere Pro, and I think it's really going to help you out. Let's dive in. When it comes to color correcting your footage, your best bet is to start with good white balance in your camera. If you don't know how to set the white balance in your camera, each one is different, and a quick Google search of your camera type and the word white balance should give you some sort of instruction on how to get that done. Something like a gray card can also be super helpful. I will link to one in the description box below. But if you're just starting out, it's not entirely necessary, and I'm going to show you how to color correct footage that you already have in your camera. This clip I'm working with isn't too bad, but to get started, I'm going to click on the clip that I want to color correct, and I'm going to go up to the color panel. And the first thing I'm going to do is go over here on the right and grab the eyedropper tool. You want to pick kind of a neutral grayish white area to click on with this, and it's just a good starting point. So I clicked over here on the right, and I'm going to bring my exposure up so I can see it a little better. And this isn't too bad. You can come over here to the temperature slider and adjust it a little bit to see where you like it best. I find that a little cooler and bluer works better with food than a little warmer. And you might want to adjust your exposure or your contrast. You can do a little bit with the highlights and shadows if you'd like. I don't usually touch those too much, and I tend to leave the whites and blacks alone because it just gets to be a little too harsh. Down here below that, you can see the creative options, which I will often add a little bit of sharpening. You can up your saturation or vibrance if you'd like, or turn it down if it's too much. Curves get a little more advanced, and I don't recommend messing around with them unless you absolutely need to or you know what you're doing. It can be helpful if you get into a strange lighting situation and maybe your food just isn't looking right. It's most likely that you would need to adjust one of these primary colors, and basically you just click and drag, and you can see that already made it look strange because it was already looking pretty good, but this just affects how the colors appear in your footage. I have only used it a couple times in editing my videos. Hopefully you're getting good enough white balance in your camera that you won't need to touch the curves at all. Let's see if we can find a clip that's a little harder to color correct. You can see this clip is a lot darker, but again, I'm just going to go in under basic correction, grab my eyedropper. There's not a lot of neutral color around here, but I'm going to click over there on the side, increase my exposure, and it already looks pretty good. I might decide that that's too blue and I want to warm it up a little bit, or you can play around with the tint. You can see you don't want it to be red or green. You can just keep sliding it until it looks pretty natural. And your eye will get used to this and you'll get better with time. That's it. I hope this helps you color correct your footage. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe so you never miss another video, and I'll be back next Tuesday with another tip. See ya!